Christopher Nolan's 2014 epic, Interstellar, is not merely a film. It is a sprawling, audacious tapestry woven from the threads of hard science, profound philosophical inquiry, and the raw, untamed emotion of a father's love. It is a cinematic behemoth, a spiritual successor to the grandest space operas, yet one that remains intensely, intimately human. The narrative hurdles us into a desolate near-future Earth, where humanity, crippled by the Blight, a creeping, suffocating eco-disaster, has retreated into a survivalist, agrarian existence. Dust storms rage across the dying planet, a constant, choking reminder that the end is nigh. In this grim landscape, we meet Cooper, a former NASA pilot now reduced to farming corn, a man whose soul aches for the limitless expanse of the sky. The genesis of his journey lies not in a sterile mission briefing, but in the gravitational whispers haunting his daughter Murph's bedroom. A seemingly spectral entity, a ghost, knocks books from shelves in coded patterns, a transcendental message leading Cooper to the clandestine, resurrected heart of NASA. Here, he is presented with humanity's final, desperate gambit, the Lazarus missions. A decade earlier, 12 brave souls ventured through a wormhole, a tear in the fabric of space-time, conveniently placed near Saturn by some unknown, beneficent force, to scout potential new homes. Cooper is recruited to pilot the Endurance, an audacious, rotating ring of hope, to follow the data of the 3 most promising worlds beyond the cosmic shortcut. The emotional anchor of this cosmic odyssey is the gut-wrenching farewell. Cooper's decision to leave his children, particularly the brilliant, heartbroken Murph, is the foundational sacrifice that powers the entire narrative engine. He promises to return, but he knows the terrible, non-linear arithmetic of relativity. Hours spent near a black hole's gravity well can translate to years on Earth. His departure is a cosmic gamble against time itself, an exchange of familial presence for the potential salvation of the species. Once through the wormhole, a magnificent, silent spectacle of compressed space-time, the true, unforgiving nature of the mission reveals itself. The first stop is Miller's planet, a volatile, shallow ocean world orbiting the colossal black hole, Gargantua. Due to its crushing gravity, every hour spent there equals 7 years back on Earth. The disastrous, wave-lashed exploration results in a terrifying lesson in time dilation and the death of one crew member. The clock is ticking, not just for humanity, but for Cooper's connection to his own children. When he returns to the Endurance, decades of messages from a rapidly aging Tom and a bitterly distant Murph cascade upon him. A silent, cruel montage of lost time that is perhaps the film's most devastating moment. The perilous journey continues, a philosophical probe into the very nature of existence. They seek out Dr. Mann, the revered astronaut who sent the most optimistic signal. Mann's planet, however, is a frozen, atmospheric lie, and Dr. Mann himself is revealed to be a desperate, murderous egoist who prioritized his own rescue over truth. This encounter serves as a sharp contrast to Cooper's character, exploring the darker aspects of human survival instinct versus the altruism of true exploration. The final act is a breathtaking plunge into the abstract. With the Endurance critically damaged and resources dwindling, Cooper and the stoic robot TARS execute a desperate maneuver. They slingshot around Gargantua, sacrificing momentum to launch Dr. Brand toward the last viable planet, while Cooper deliberately plummets toward the event horizon. This is where the film transcends conventional sci-fi, embracing the esoteric. Cooper ejects into the black hole, not to be crushed, but to be propelled into a tesseract, a 4-dimensional space constructed by future, hyper-evolved humans. Within this library of time and space, Cooper discovers that the ghost was him all along. Operating outside the constraints of 3 dimensions, he uses gravity as a medium to communicate. He transmits the quantum data, the crucial missing piece of the gravitational equation that Dr. Brand's father had been unable to solve, to the young Murph via the second hand of her watch. This is the spectacular, paradoxical triumph of the narrative. The past is saved by the future, and the universe is transcended by the power of an incorporeal force that the film daringly suggests is love, a palpable, quantifiable force capable of traversing dimensions. The film concludes with Cooper, rescued from the Tesseract and now floating near Saturn, reunited with an ancient, dying Murph who is surrounded by her own family in a space colony named after her father. She has fulfilled the mission. She saved humanity using his data. But the moment of reunion is fleeting. Their life arcs are now separated by an impossible gulf of time. He is a man out of time, a ghost to his own daughter. Murph urges him to leave, to find Dr. Brand on her planet, suggesting that his role is not to stay with the past he saved, but to be the future for humanity alongside the woman carrying the second chance of the species. Interstellar is thus a monumental cinematic achievement that marries the macro-scale dread of ecological collapse and cosmic exploration with the micro-scale intimacy of a family drama. It is a loud, ambitious, and sometimes clumsy symphony of sight and sound, fueled by a relentless score from Hans Zimmer. It doesn't just ask us to look up at the stars, it forces us to look inward, confronting the uncomfortable truths about sacrifice, the nature of time, and the strange, enduring power of human connection, the very thing that might, against all scientific logic, save us all. It is a testament to the belief that humanity's destiny is not to be rooted in the dying dust, but to endure and evolve among the impossibly vast and beautiful silence of the cosmos.